Hello, I'm Jim Kruper, and welcome to the third session of our Introduction to New KioWare Server. This session will focus on device monitoring. Now, device monitoring has been completely revamped in new KioWare Server. In fact, we've given it a new name. We call it Triggers and Actions. Essentially, you can create an unlimited number of triggers that then generate an unlimited number of actions on KioWare Server. It is very powerful. And let's get started.
Okay, we're at the top level of KioCloud. And there are two ways to get into triggers and actions. The first is to drill into an individual kiosk, and I will show you that later. The second is to go up to the Utilities menu and click on Triggers and Actions. Now this is showing every triggers and action associated with the site. And you'll see that they are grouped. So this first group is missed heartbeat detection triggers and actions. And let's see, the next one down is monitored device and so forth and so on. But they are grouped categorically. The other thing I want to show you is notification groups. Now, a trigger is an event that you define that when it happens will cause an action to occur. And one of those actions is probably going to be notifying someone. And so you can send emails and texts to individual people, but you can also send them to groups, which we call a notification group. And so let's go down into this PA support notification group, and we'll just see what's in there. So we have two people, Brady and Chris, who are authorized to receive email and texts. But you can have as many people in there as you want. You can have as many notification groups as you want. It's also worth noting up here, the webhooks link. And what that allows you to do is have an action where KioCloud will reach out to some other website via a webhook. So that's very powerful, but I'm not going to go into that today. Instead, let's go in and do a trigger. So I'm going to do a new trigger. And the first thing you have to do is give it a name. And so I'm going to call this event log test. And then you need to associate it with kiosks. And you can do it in individual kiosks, but typically it's groups of kiosks. And if you wanted it to be every kiosk in the site, you could do that. I think I'm going to drill in and do it on the Pennsylvania group. And there it is. The next step is to define the trigger type. And there's quite a variety of trigger types, from heartbeat match to event log match, which is what we're going to do here, to the most common one probably is missed heartbeat detection. You want KioCloud to do something based on when consecutive missed heartbeats occur. Another common one is monitored device status flags being raised. But we're going to go with event log. The next thing we need to decide is the match type. So you can have multiple triggers. Do you want them all to occur, or do you just want one? So all items must match means that every trigger has to happen for any actions to occur, or you can have just one of them, or you can do an advanced where you can do a sophisticated, logical and or of triggers. We're just going to go with all items. Now, in terms of the conditions, so what we're doing is we want to have something happen based on a received Windows event log. And so we're going to look at the message of the event log. And we're going to say that if it contains something, well, what do we want to search for? So a common problem that comes through event logs are when a device driver is upset about something. So I'll tell you what, I'm just going to say device XYZ. Now, let's see, do we want to put any other triggers on? How about the level? We want it to be an error event log. So it could be warning information or audits. But let's be an error. So just be very clear, the two triggers that have to happen is an event log arriving from a Pennsylvania kiosk that has device XYZ in the message that is of type error. When that happens, we need now to define the actions. What is going to happen? So let's do some notification. And tell you what, we'll send text messages to a group. And since this is Pennsylvania, we'll send it to the PA support group. And let's change the status. So the kiosk status within KioCloud is going to be changed to error. Could be warning, but we'll make it error. And tell you what else can we do here? We can send a server command or execute a webhook. I'll tell you what, let's do a server command, because oftentimes with a device driver, all it needs is a good solid reboot. So let's send a server command down to reboot the kiosk. There we go, reboot kiosk. And we are complete. So just to review, what is going on here? Any kiosk that's in the Pennsylvania group, that KioCloud receives an event log that has device XYZ in it and of type error, we'll send a text message to the PA support group, and we'll change the status of the kiosk in KioCloud to error, and it will also send a server command down to that kiosk to reboot. Very powerful, very simple to do also. So let's save it. And tell you what, let's go find a kiosk in Pennsylvania. And this one is in Eastern PA. Let's just confirm it's in Pennsylvania. And by golly, Eastern PA is in Pennsylvania. So that fits the criteria. Let's scroll down to triggers and actions, and there we have it. Event log, trigger and action occurs for this kiosk. Now, I noticed the other ones that are in here. They're missed heartbeat entries. And I'll tell you what, let's go into the error. So there's warning and then error. Let's go into the error one. And what's going on here? So what we're saying is the trigger, and there's just one trigger, and that trigger is missed consecutive heartbeats equaling 5. So 5 in a row happen, this trigger's firing. And what is happening? What are the actions? Well, we're sending an email to the PA support group. We're changing the status to error. We're also sending a text to the PA support group. So they're getting both a text and an email, but we're also sending an email to PA management group so that management's now aware that this kiosk is in trouble. Now, you'll notice that there are counter triggers and actions, and these are created automatically because some events automatically fix themselves. And so a missed heartbeat triggers and warning can be reset automatically as soon as a heartbeat is received. And so that's what these handle. So let's just go into this one. It's basically undoing. So trigger type is consecutive heartbeats. And basically we're saying as soon as we receive one heartbeat, that's the trigger, what action do we want to have happen? Well, the first thing we want to do is remove the reason for this kiosk to not be happy. Because previously we had made a missed heartbeat be the reason for it, for the trigger to occur. So we wanted to undo that. The second thing is we want to notify people that this kiosk is now happy again. And that is done by sending a text message to PA support, an email to PA support, and an email to PA management that's basically saying this kiosk is happy again. And it just happens all automatically. And with that, I believe I'm out of time. I hope you see the power and utility of triggers and actions in new KioWare Server. And I look forward to our next session, which is going to be on manage configs. So look forward to that and take care. Bye now.